Now in this video guys, I am going to give you what I would consider to be a pretty perfect abdominal and core workout. Now there are a lot of great ab and core exercises out there to choose from, but in order to come up with the perfect ab workout, I had to think of it like this. A gang of midget aliens have abducted me, they've taken me to their spaceship and they've threatened to blow up the world unless I teach them how to achieve perfect human abs so they can secretly infiltrate our planet's population and seduce all of our women. Now, if and when this happens, firstly, I'll be like, think you're a bit confused about who exactly will be attracted to you once you've actually got abs, lads, because it won't be the women. But then I'll be like, yo, Tomo, shut up and just give them what they want. So this is what I would tell them. We are going to start old school geezers with some stomach vacuums, which is a brilliant exercise for tightening the core, pulling the abdominals in, which will eventually lead to a smaller looking waist. And it's also a great way to begin activating the deepest core muscles, such as the transverse abdominis, because lads, once you get them popping, that's when the fun really begins. This exercise, you're going to aim for about 5 to 10 rounds of 10 to 15 seconds, but I feel like it's one of those exercises where you'll pretty much know when you're done, when you feel like you've switched things on. So I would just say, figure it out for yourself, listen to your body, aim for 5 rounds at first and take it from there. Now for these next few exercises, lads, you can either perform them one exercise at a time, 3 to 4 sets, or in a circuit, one exercise after the other for 3 to 4 rounds. Personally, I like the circuit approach myself, but you know, sometimes the gym is busy. You might not be able to use more than one piece of equipment at a time. And to be honest, I don't think it really makes a massive amount of difference as long as you get the sets and the reps in. So having said that, next up, let's hit some hanging leg raises. Now, of course, form is the key here, so it's important to have variations available, not just based on your strength or your ability level, but also based on how you're feeling that day. If you've been doing some heavy pulling, for example, your grip strength might have gone a little bit, which is going to lead to sloppy, dirty form. So in that case, I'd prefer you to head over to the dip bars, stabilize yourself in there, and that way you can push out 12 to 15 disciplined reps. Also, geezers, remember not to be swinging your legs around here. This isn't a striptease. Once you're in position, aim to keep your legs stable and generate the movement by flexing your hips up and down, holding the contraction at the top when your legs are parallel to the floor. If that's a little tricky at first, you can switch to knee tucks, again, focusing on the form and holding a squeeze at the top. Now after that, lads, we're going to do some weighted work, and for that I am going to introduce you to the weighted push down. I view this one as a bit of an alternative to the classic cable crunch. You're going to want to head over to the assisted dip station this time. Kick whoever's on there off. Grab the pad with either fully extended arms or pushing through your elbows, depending on how tall you are and what's comfortable for you. And from there, you're going to keep your lower body nice and stable and simply push down. You should be able to feel a really good contraction at the bottom of the movement here, especially in the upper abs. And you should also be able to shift some pretty good weight on this one. For me, one of the downfalls of the cable crunch is that once you hit a certain weight, it really becomes a balancing act as you fight against the rope, trying to pull you back up. And you end up losing some of the integrity of the exercise. It kind of defeats the point of what you're trying to do. With this one, after that initial push, you should be able to control the weight through the full range of motion without other muscles having to take over. Again, guys, let's aim for 3 to 4 sets here, starting off with about 15 to 20 reps until you get used to the exercise, get used to the movement pattern, and once that happens, you're going to drop that rep range down to about 10 to 12 heavy, challenging reps. Time to move on to exercise number 3, and that is going to be a standing core rotation. Now, you don't really need much weight here, lads. I've tried weighted variations before, and honestly, I feel like they can be a little bit dangerous as the weights can sometimes cause too much momentum. So instead, we're going to aim for higher reps, building up to a nice burn. For this one, grab any sort of bar that you can hold across your back, keep your legs and your hips stable, and rotate from side to side through your core, paying special attention to the obliques. You shouldn't be feeling the abs too much on this one. If you want to take this to the next level, try positioning yourself again in the dip bars, push yourself up and lock out and rotate your body from side to side, again twisting through the obliques. This is going to tighten up your whole midsection, and once you get your obliques and those serratus muscles popping, it's going to result in that, oh my god, he's ripped to fucking shreds look, which is guaranteed to earn you endless amounts of attention from guys on Instagram. Finally, lads, we're going to finish up with a plank, but not that traditional boring shit we're all used to, where you just sat there wishing the time away. Instead, we're going to hit a weighted plank variation using, again, the dip station. I bet you didn't realize that the dip station is actually the best core machine in the entire gym. By adding some weight here, by adding additional resistance to this type of exercise, it will immediately become more effective, not just in terms of the engagement that you're going to feel, but also in terms of time. If you can hit 3 to 4 rounds of this, say 20-second holds, it's going to be far more effective than just sitting there bored for 2 to 3 minutes, waiting for the time to pass by as you do with the traditional plank. The idea here is to choose a weight that you can control with your core. Push the pad down, engage the muscles just as you usually would, and be sure not to allow the weight to push itself back up to the start position. Once you get used to how to select the correct weight, challenge yourself by firstly extending the time up to about 30 seconds and then increasing the weight just as you would with any other exercise. Right, that is it for this one, geezers. If you perform this routine pretty much every day that you're active, combined with a sexy diet, your entire core is going to be popping in no time. Speaking from experience, it won't get you any girls, but if you want the love, admiration, and respect of men online, this is the way to go. If you found this one helpful, guys, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And until the next one, bye-bye.